All right, here we go. It is Sunday, November 23rd. It's going to be a shortened week with Thanksgiving. Let's check out some of these crypto movers, ETFs. WGMI, Valkyrie Bitcoin Miners ETF. And you look back on this is relatively new, 2022. It was up near 38. Goes all the way down to this, what's it, like $4? About $4. 2023 comes up. 20 line, 10. Now you see the whole trend line has been up, even though it's a slow grind. 10, fell back deep in 2025 to 11. All these moves, look at this, back and forth we go. And then it goes all the way up to, just explodes up to a high of 67.89. Look at the algos pick this up right here, 812. It was at 25. Little dip here, 30, goes up again, 45, goes back to 38, about 40. That was the short. And then look at this, the buy, the break of 45. Once you have your trend up, it's pretty easy. Then it got really complicated here. It got real choppy. Like, what are we doing here? And then it didn't reach the new high here. Went down. Here's the short. This is 11.10. The algo picks up the short. Look at this, right down from 60, 55. To me, this is the out here, 40, even though it would even lower because you're going sideways. Take profit here. So that's where we're at right now. So you broke through this trend line, and that's really move this up. Trend line, put it right about here, right on this cross. And then you have the lower one right here, May, June. That would put around 30, 33-ish. Now let's look at the weekly. See, the weekly, you can see this. Eventually, when this went down, 22, 23, look at this grinding up. These all moves back and forth, and eventually you had a big explosion up. There's the break at 30 on this weekly. Look at all the lows, too. Lows you buy, lows in this 0 to 10 range. That is extreme hot zone right here, 2025. Now you draw your line if you're playing even weekly, and it goes down right here. And then look at this, white over red, clean up the whole way. Don't worry about these candles unless you start seeing some sort of turn deep like that. Didn't do anything. Then it came down, back up like a double top. And now look, we're at 45.81, below this 50 line. So this is a very deep drop right now. How far are we going? That is the question. It's very hard to say. Look for 30 here. If this even falls even further, this 30 line, that would be big stop. Monthly chart. You have monthly lotus straight down, back up. You have a crossover here. That's never good on a monthly crossover. Could we go down much deeper? Yes. Or is it going to like chop around? Once you're up top, usually you don't stay. You go down to a certain extent. Now we have to see, how far down we're going at this point. So on this trend, there's a high line. Here is the low line. Now, any good bounce, this is a 38. This could easily go to 55 in that zone, a little above 55. So I like that area in here. It's wide open. You had this move here, but then went down even further. Bitcoin right now is at 87.449, so it's bouncing a little bit. Yeah, to me, to be convincing bounce, it has to go over 90, 95. I mean, this could even go to 100 Bitcoin, and then it could just go back down further because it's so deep right now. All right, so this is Valkyrie Bitcoin Miners ETF. Very oversold. Yeah, there's no sign yet this is going up. And you look for the break here, 40, and then about 44. And your stochastics is very oversold. Now your stop on this, you got to watch these lines now. These are $5 lines. If you make them tighter, they're $2. And watch this trend line coming out about 30. If we make it move up and then dive deeper, we'll see if that happens. All right, so that's it. So, yeah, overall, though, I think this is still a good buy. It just depends if this is going lower at this point. This could easily just go up here in that zone and you're making big profit. Always buy low, sell high. The same thing in short high, cover low. So you had these low points, you can see. And then you had these midpoints. This is where we're going up. The trend was up. Then this got very choppy. And you can see the break here, and it didn't work. Just like on this chart, let me make this line right here. Right here. And right here is a tight line. So this is symmetrical triangles going down, back up, and then it broke here. All right, so that's it. WGMI is going down right now. We'll see what happens this week. It'll be interesting. We're getting a big bounce, small bounce. What will happen? And we'll watch these candles and oversold levels here. That's it. Please subscribe to Mike Human Trades on YouTube. Smash the like button. Peace.